Hey, man, Dr. Ben said that heaven is between a black woman's legs. And any man that don't understand that, brother, I'm not going to say TD again. You are a homo. You understand me? Because I don't know nothing better than the yoni. What we call punani. What's better than punani? Are you kidding me? I love when I see the black woman gyrating her, that African booty. I love it. Not to say that she should be doing it in front of the world, but I'm going to tell you something. Even when we look at that degenerateness in front of the cameras, because we know they're exploiting us, but I'll tell you one thing, when you look at that, brother, you are hypnotized. Because you know what? That's your cosmic connection. You came from it, and you will spend the rest of your life trying to get back to it. That's why the ancestors made the funeral a very important drama. What they call, they mummified you, but that's the European term. They call it the sahu. But in terms of the mummy, it comes from the word mumia, which means mother in earth. Meaning that when they prepared you to go back to the underworld, the tuat or the twat, they were preparing you to go back to whence you came from, which was the great mother. You see? So it is a mother that we come from. She is the origin of life. She gives birth to her daughters and her son becomes the Son of God, who also becomes now Father God. But it is preemptively the mother. It does not begin with a father. It begins with the mother. And let me give some clarification, because I know a lot of people are saying that's unbalanced. Well, our ancestors did not speak duality. Let me break it down for you one more time. It is not duality. It is the Trinity. The duality only exists within the reality of the Trinity, because you have past, present, and future. You have male, woman, and child. You have right and left. You have up and down. You have night and day. You have neutron, proton, and electron. So when you have male and female, the word "and" is what is called a fulcrum point. It is the fulcrum point because all things in nature point to the center. Now, although the woman is created proportionally greater than man biologically, what balances life is the part of life that you don't see, called nectar. That is the spirit. And when you get in tune with your spiritual self, now you are balanced with the woman. You become balanced, because without you being in tune with nectar, there is an unbalance. It is the same thing in all things. You can't have left or right without and. So they say, what about yin and yang? Okay, yin and yang, there is no balance in yin and yang without zen. That's why they have the practice called zen. When you get in tune with the zen, now you balance the forces of yin and yang. But one can be created proportionally greater than the other, but what balances the and gives the supreme equality is the part that you don't see, that we call nectar, that we call chi, that we call prana, that we call Christ, and so on and so forth. So, neutron, proton, and electron. You have a neutron because you don't have an infinite number of things to begin with. You always begin with one thing. So, these things have what is called an atomic weight. The neutron is 1,000% of its weight. Now, the proton is 99.9% of that 1,000, so there's only a piece missing from the neutron. And then the electron is so small, you can barely see it. It is 0.1%. The neutron is asexual. That's X chromosome. The proton is female. That's X chromosome. And the electron is masculine. It's male. That's Y chromosome. The Y chromosome is missing part of itself. It is missing 2.9% of the genetic material. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is go and do the research. I can give you the particular popular research that where you can go and find out these things. If you look at the X and Y chromosomes under a microscope, you can immediately see the differences. The X chromosome is larger, more fluffier. The legs, the long arm and the short arm are longer and more fluffier, have more euchromatin. The Y chromosome is very small, puny, and crumbled inside. So, that means that the male, in order for the male to redeem himself, in order for him to survive, he must flee back to his origin. This is what our spirituality is about. Clinging back to the origin from which you came, which is the womb of life. So if you're not giving your woman that nurturing and that divine reverence, you are not in tune spiritually, cosmically, biologically with that which came from. This is why the woman is so important in the cosmology of African people.
Yes. That is well put, because that is one of the biggest secrets at the moment. The female is God, and as soon as they themselves can get to realize that, and from the standpoint where we teach, we as the male has to put her back up there and keep her up there, and it's time that they wake up and realize that they are that creator, and they are that God that they're talking about. And one of the things that I use the word devil lightly is put the true God right under their nose, and he's hidden himself right under everybody's nose, and they're not recognizing that they are that God that you mentioned earlier about they're trying to be us. I don't know if you want to elaborate a bit more on that, so that the people out there can see the unseen. I'd like you to make it seen for them.
Okay. Let me see if I understood you correctly. You're saying to explain the unseen?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that's some people have a keen eye and a keen mind, and they could make the unseen be seen by explaining to people. That's what I right now. Like I said, the devil has hidden the God, that the creator, right under everybody's nose, and not knowing, hey, this is me. I created this. I did this, and I did that, and they can't see that. Like I said, I would like you to elaborate a bit more about the hidden, make it more seen to. As you said, we are all under a spell, so we need to wake up and start to really see what's really in our face, and make it a reality.
Okay, I need to say, and again, like I said, I'm the son of Sekhmet, and I make no apology. Right. So sometimes it seems like I am attacking men, but I'm not. I'm only addressing the elevation of the woman, and we do that with fire, and we make no apology because preemptively through the Nation of Islam and other organizations like that, they had uplifted the black man to the level of God, and that has been for over 80-something years. And a lot of some women knew this science, but they could only share it with other women in secret. Whenever they brought it to the forefront and showed it to men, they were denied and they were ostracized. But to get to some understanding, so let me just clearly say to my brothers out there, this does not make us less than men. You have to get in tune with your inner self. Now, one of the reasons for Buddhism, a lot of people don't know that Buddha had at least 10 incarnations. And I have a picture of the first incarnation of Buddha, which had the woolly hair, the wide nose, and the thick lips. The Buddha was the masculine logo, which meant to tame the masculine. If the masculine is not tamed, you will have the problem that is going on the planet now. The masculine will try to overthrow the feminine. So by you getting in tune with your inner self, that unseen self, meditation, through chanting, and through these particular disciplines, this will get you in tune from that which came from to tame the masculine ego in order so that you can balance yourself with that which is feminine. So I want to say to my brothers, this does not integrate us as men. This actually makes us greater men, because now this puts us on the spiritual pathway that our ancient forefathers had already preemptively came and were manifesting. To the women out there, because a lot of the women, they're under a spell too. A lot of times the brothers say, well, it's the woman's fault because the white man give her the best jobs and this and that and so forth. And I say to y'all, listen, it's not the woman's fault. She is blind to herself the same way the men are. So she is only carrying out the bully leadership that was programmed in her. So women, don't take this information and try to say, oh, you know, Tahuti said the woman is God, and then try to beat up on the brothers with it. No. Your duty as a woman is to go and resurrect your man. Because it was the goddess Aset, after Asa had been crucified and chopped into 14 pieces, it was Aset who went to resurrect the man. And so the black man has been chopped up into 14 pieces. Those 14 pieces represent all of us brothers that are in the diaspora. And all, you're in London, in South America, you in North America, you're in Jamaica, wherever you at, these are the many pieces of a star. Black woman's duty is to get back in tune with who she is and go resurrect those fallen pieces of the man and bring him back into his kingship, into the kingdom, you understand, and to create that divine balance between man and woman. We are not going to get out of this without our black woman, and black woman, you're not going to get out of this without your black man. So I'm not trying to create a gender-specific war. The war has been going on for thousands of years already. What I am saying is that we need to resurrect the ancient knowledge, resurrect or get in tune with that spiritual self, the part that you don't see, the part that you need to meditate upon, chant upon, get in tune with that and subdue the ego. Subdue that masculine ego to understand that the woman is God. The woman must subdue and kill the cracker in her. She got to start loving herself again. She got to start coming in tune with that real goddess nature, because real women who are goddesses, they do not try to overthrow men. They do not try to be men. They are women, and they do what women do. And as a woman, your job is to resurrect your man. That is your job. I hope that gives you the clarity.
That was excellent. That was excellent. Yeah.
We've got a text message that we've been asked to run through. It's quite a lengthy one, but I'll run through anyway. It's from 942, I think. Please read this all through. The simple yet most comprehensive answer to address the self-hatred that young black boys feel towards each other, which is making them kill each other. The answer is for black men to prize the dark-skinned black woman and marry her above all others. Stop the hatred towards her. Most of you do it whether you realize it or not. All black men out there should stop shunning the dark-skinned black woman